What's up everyone, it's Scotty with MoneyVest. So in this video, wanted to go over the one thing that I believe everyone should at least start looking into if you are a complete beginner. I highly encourage you to start learning and start educating yourself with these strategies, and your portfolio will quite literally thank you for it, because you will be making some good, consistent, profitable trades if you just understand these very simple and basic strategies. And that's exactly what I'm going to go over in this video, backed by actual data and of course trades that I'm going to go over as well. So hope you all enjoy this video and find it helpful and valuable. If you do, please make sure to drop a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're just joining us for the first time. And links to our Discord and Patreon is going to be down below if you're interested in joining it, of course, and getting access to all the members only private videos, the buy and sell alerts, Discord channels. I've extended that 16% annual discount for a couple more days for New Year's, so you can take advantage of that with the link down below. So the one thing that I encourage everyone to do, and essentially, again, this is not for everyone, but I really do want everyone to at least consider it, and that is going to be options, okay? And I know that there's this huge stigma that options are super risky, and it's gambling, for example. Some people might think that it's really just trading, not really trading, but gambling at the end of the day. But all I'm asking is spend just a couple hours researching and learning about simply two strategies which have completely changed the state of my portfolio, because it's allowed me to generate a lot of cash flow, a lot of passive income. Because if I'm selling covered calls or if I'm selling cash secured puts, it's immediately the premium you receive gets credited to your account. It allows you to lower your cost basis, and you're not even spending that much time in front of a screen. Yes, the initial homework is kind of understanding the fundamentals and technicals of a certain stock. Of course, there's an entire course around it that I've built that you can obviously take. There's a lot more analysis that goes into it. That's exactly why I want you to simply spend maybe an hour, 2 hours in 2024, at least in the beginning, to learn about these option strategies, because that is going to really help you in your growth and your portfolio allocation as well. So first thing I want to mention is that this is not for long-term shares. So the two strategies that I want you to learn are covered calls and cash secured puts. Okay, we're starting off with very basic stuff. This is literally what I have been doing for the better half of 2 years, selling covered calls and selling cash secured puts, because this has allowed me to, like I said, generate some nice cash flow. And believe it or not, every person that I've spoken to who was a very beginner in options, who had no idea about options trading, and once they learned these strategies, they got so well versed in these strategies. And of course, not to mention that this is what they have now started doing on a full-time basis. Quite literally, I'm not kidding. There's some very high profile net worth clients that have learned these strategies and have started employing them in their own portfolio, and have been able to really grow significantly with selling covered calls and cash secured puts. These are not that complicated. We're not even buying options at the end of the day. We're simply selling, and that's what exactly Wall Street does. So first thing, very want to be clear that this is not for long-term shares, because I know there's going to be some comments saying that, oh, you don't need to overcomplicate things. This is, if you're a long-term investor, simply buy and hold and don't trade options. That's all BS. Trust me, once you start doing this and you're doing it right, and you understand a lot of different things related to expirations and strikes and premiums and volatility and theta and all the delta, like understanding the Greeks, you will have a much better sort of optimal strategy around your portfolio. So one of the big psychological issues with trading options, and more specifically selling options, whether it's calls or puts, is what if I lose my shares, or what if I get assigned a certain stock if I'm selling a put? Well, in that case, don't do it. Don't do it, right? That's kind of funny how people say sometimes that, oh, that means I'll have to sell my shares, or I'll have to buy my shares. Or buy whatever shares at whatever strike price. You have full control over how you draft the contract. Quite literally, you have full control over the expiration that you choose, the strike price that you choose, the premium that you decide to receive. It's all up to you. And that's the psychological barrier that you need to kind of come across, is it's in my full control to decide whatever option I end up choosing at the end of the day. So I need to be okay with my decision. Okay? Oftentimes I see it in the YouTube comments or Discord or someplace else that, why sell options when you can simply buy and hold, and you'll end up losing your shares. well, then in that case, just don't do it, right? Just don't do it. And then there's also strategies where you can structure the trade in such a way that you're selling out of the money, so far out of the money where the delta is really low. The probability of expiring in the money is so low, and that ends up being free money, right? Almost, of course, in a theoretical manner, because there's no free lunches in the market. And that's exactly why the hit rate, which is the success rate, the probability of success in selling options, is so high at over 80%. I've experienced this firsthand, and I've been trading options for, like I said, for 2 years. And my hit rate, my success rate with options when it comes to selling is really, really high. Ask any of our members in our Discord, and I'm even going over some of the examples here. So this, for example, December 19th, literally a couple of weeks ago, sold 2 options on both Enphase and Tesla, closed them today for both 50 and 70% profit respectively. This right here are all my Tesla options from back in October, 95%, 81%, 57% profit, close to $10,000. This right here, again, October Tesla options, 76% profit, Palantir options, 91% profit. This right here is going to be Meta and Tesla, 32%, 96% respectively. We got Google and Enphase here, 57%, 53%. This right here are going to, again, this is just some of the options that we have sold over the last year, and they have been very, very successful because the probability of success is really high when you are a seller and not a buyer. So the one thing that I want to encourage you to kind of learn is the idea of selling options, because that is going to really change the way you start looking at risk and reward and start looking at just trading in general. Okay, so if your goal is to optimize your strategy to the best possible way and really take advantage of the cash and the shares that are sitting in your account, you're literally not even doing anything. It's just the cash that's sitting on the sidelines in your account and the shares that are sitting on the sidelines in your account. You're utilizing those to generate some passive income. And if you're ever worried about your shares getting called away or being obligated to buy shares at a certain strike, go further out of the money. Go further out of the money, so much so that the probability of those options expiring in the money is quite literally zero, almost zero. Of course, it's never going to be zero, but it is really, really low to a point where that the risk of you expiring in the money is really low. But of course, the premiums are going to be low as well. But at the end of the day, it is still free money, right? You're still getting paid to sell that option, even though it is chances are it's going to expire out of the money and worthless. So I highly encourage that you take advantage of these strategies, because these are things that we're not taught in school. That's the thing about trading options and just investing in trading, is that a lot of the useful stuff were never taught in school. Okay, nobody taught me options in school. Yeah, they taught me the basic stuff, but they never taught me how to sell options, what to look for, what kind of contracts, expiration wise, delta, like all the Greeks, and then of course going over strikes. Strikes and expirations are really going to come on the back of your fundamental and technical analysis. Why do I pick certain strikes, right? Why do I pick certain time frames? There's a lot of analysis that goes on the back end, and that's the homework that I encourage you to do, because once you start to learn these strategies and apply them right away, your portfolio, like I said, is going to literally thank you for it. So highly encourage you to spend some time, learn about covered calls, learn about cash secured puts. Of course, I have the course if you want to take that, but definitely there's a lot of information out there available for free. Highly encourage you to take action on this, because it is going to change your life. It has changed my life when it comes to generating cash flow. It has done so for a lot of other folks as well. So definitely recommend learning more about these strategies. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to help. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And last few things I want to mention is that it does allow you to generate some good cash flow. It does lower your cost basis. It also does employ some patience, because there is going to be some expiration until these contracts expire. So you can't really do a lot of stuff while there is a contract in place. So there is going to be some level of patience that you need to have in order for these options to play out. And it does have the opportunity to generate some good yield. And by good yield, I mean 8 to 10% annualized, possibly even 12 to 15%. And I've even seen on an annualized basis, yields getting up to as high as 20 to 24%, which is significantly market beating when you, of course, compare that to the S&P 500. So hope you all enjoyed this video, found it helpful. Make sure that you drop a like and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. I know that this is going to be a very, very beginner friendly video. So if you've been trading options for a very long time, of course, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a lot of opportunities here. But as always, make sure that you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Links to our Discord, Patreon is down below. As always, happy investing. I'll see you all in the next video.